Welcome, Varsha. Welcome to Tea with Tanvi. I'm actually quite excited to have you on the show because technically you were the first NRI clientele in our Wealth Aware Academy.
Thank you so much, Tanvi, and my apologies for not having been able to make it for all this while. I mean, just having coming to India and then having to go through all the fiasco that we have around us has just been keeping, one really preoccupied.
Great, then. So, Varsha, tell something about yourself. So, you're a Delhi girl, and tell me something about your family. Which part of Delhi are you from?
So I have always been in Delhi. I mean, like born and brought up in Delhi. And currently I'm working in the branding and marketing manager spirit with some of the very high-end luxury brands. So then about 2 years ago, I got an opportunity to move to Qatar. I stay in South Delhi, so I was studying at the Banyan Tree in Lodi Road. And after that, I went to college, but unfortunately, college was a little dilly-dalla because we had some family mishappening. My father was not well, so I had to get into the job pretty early because, being the eldest. So yeah, that is where the whole journey has been. So what put together?
Great. No, it's a great output, I'm sure. So Varsha, when you moved to Qatar, I think we got connected last year, and that's when you actually enrolled in the Wealth Aware Academy, and then you started taking charge of your finances. And what made you take that step? That okay, now I want to manage my own funds myself completely.
My sister.
Okay.
So the whole thing goes to my sister. It's Megha Khandelwal. Absolutely, I did that for you. No, it actually was she. She used to keep telling me for quite a long time that, you should take care of your finances. You should know what, where, how you are. And in Qatar, when you are staying alone and when you're staying independently all by yourself in a foreign land, you kind of realize, haan, baat to sahi hai.
So, and Varsha, what have been your major financial wins? Like since the time you enrolled into the Wealth Aware Academy, you took charge of everything. What were your major wins?
Okay, so if you have to start from major wins, I would say that obviously to kind of put the money at one place, obviously change your strategy in terms of doing lump sum investments and changing it to doing STPs and SIPs. And yeah, I mean, like obviously.
So earlier you were not doing STPs, like systematic transfer plan, which for
no, I was not doing. I was not even aware of it, to be honest, Tanvi. Let me be very honest with you. I wasn't even aware that I could, put my money into debt fund and then be transferred monthly into the equity. Mm-hmm. That is something that I would say has been a win after I've come in contact with you. To be very honest, I did not know it earlier.
So win number one is knowing about STP, which is the systematic transfer plan, moving your funds in a systematic manner from debt funds to equity funds. Great. So what's the second win for you?
So the second win, obviously, like I did not need a term plan per se. I mean, like it's good to have a term plan. Mm-hmm. I always was of the opinion that term plan to hona hi chahiye. Mm-hmm. So I was like, at this juncture in life, I am alone. Like, I am like single. So why do I
have dependents as well?
I don't have dependents as well, Right. So I was like, why do I really need a term plan?
Great. So you did not need any life insurance. That's one major win.
Yeah.
So what about your endowment policies? When you started out, you had a lot of insurance-based products. You had endowment policies.
Yeah, so I wrapped it up all, even if it was coming in at a little loss. Mm-hmm. But then I thought that was a better deal because you would keep putting money in there. It was like a vicious circle. Yeah. So you keep putting the money, and you still get what you are getting today. So you had to take some hard decisions, which I did, And I was like, at least here, I have put what I have to put, and now this money can grow rather than keep putting the new money into the endowment plans and keep having that, go around.
That was one good cleaning up of the mess.
Yes.
You got rid of 4-5 of endowment policies.
I think more. Yeah, I think more. So, but that is like not knowing your investments and not knowing the market right. So I would say that has helped. I would say that rather than cleaning up endowment policies, I would say the win has been to know the right route to investment.
Right.
So I think that has really helped me by being in touch with you. And of course, like the way you pushed me, no, you should have, if you don't want to have a term plan, have a medical insurance. It was you who kept pushing me through it, apart from my sister, because so it was like at one point in time I thought probably you guys have ganged up to tell me this. Since you were, since you knew both of us, so I was like, look man, what is this that they both are telling me all the time? But then that was like yet another thing that kind of puts me into a space where I'm very relaxed at the moment. Because again, considering the situation outside, and also considering that we don't know when the medical or the health is going to hit you.
Right. If you have, so you did not. Your medical had lapsed long time back, so you took a more adequate health insurance.
Yes, my medical had lapsed when I had moved to Qatar, and since I was there, so I did not get that renewed. And when I came back, as I said, that it was not there in my mind.
So now what's your strategy, if you don't mind sharing it with everybody? So what's your investment strategy now that you got rid of the endowment policies, you knew that life insurance is not meant for you, and you got an adequate health insurance cover, and so now all your monies are parked into mutual funds, actively managed mutual funds?
In terms of the strategy, we all have to be wise to keep some bit of it for emergency. I have rather gone in that a chunk of amount that I wanted for my emergency, I have invested into FDs. That is available to me at the drop of a hat. Like I can go withdraw it like now. I do not have to kind of wait like 2 days, because even if it is out of debt, it takes about 2 days to be credited into your account and everything. So that is what we changed, that we put the emergency fund as FD. And everything else that we wanted to invest for a long term is how we have put it into debt, and then from debt we have standing instructions that let it go into equity. So my bank account is not on a month-on-month basis. So my bank account is not touched every month.
No, that's amazing. So I'm glad that you're financially sorted, and
thanks to you. And you trying to.
No, I think you should thank your sister for pushing you, because a woman always needs that certain push, to take charge of finances, because we've been brought up in a way where we feel like this is not our domain. Right? So you should thank your sister for pushing you, and thank you so much for taking out your precious time. And if you have one piece of advice for the other women out there who might be just sitting on the fence and being afraid to take that jump and take that charge of their money, so what is that one piece of advice that you would give to them?
Just go ahead. Do it. Don't think about it. The times have changed. Now we are all given that liberty from our parents to study, to understand things, and let's make the most of it. Like, what are we waiting for? What is it that we are waiting for? Just go, take charge, go ahead and kind of take charge of your own life. You have a family, you are single, whatever it may be, but as an individual you have your own identity to which you should have the charge of.
Amazing. So let's wrap it up on that note. And thank you so much. And I'll see you around.
Thank you so much, Tanvi. Look after yourself.